Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition War for Cybertron Sideswipe. So before we take a look at the figure himself here, we're going to take a look at the packaging. So I'm going to scoot the camera back here just a bit so we can get a better look at this. So right up front here you do have a nice image of Sideswipe there in his robot mode. He's the 7th Gamer Edition figure, Studio Series Gamer Edition Sideswipe Autobot logo, A+ Hasbro, the Transformers badge running along the side here. Up top you got Transformers War for Cybertron, Takara Tomy, Generations, all that good stuff. On the side of the box you got a bigger picture of Sideswipe there with the D-pad up top. On this side you got a close-up of Sideswipe with the Studio Series badge running along the side there. 07, another D-pad, and then Deluxe Class in a bunch of different languages. Up top, Transformers War for Cybertron. On the bottom, nothing important. And on the back of the box you got some nice pictures there of Sideswipe in his robot mode, in his vehicle mode. It says, "Save Zeta Prime." You gotta save him. You just gotta. Up here it says video game inspired, 24 steps, backdrop. So that's fun. We'll bring this back later. So with that being said, here is Sideswipe, and you know, he's probably my second favorite Gamer Edition figure. My favorite is Prime. I think this guy makes a close second. I think Starscream's third and this guy is second, honestly, because just looking at the lineup next to me here, yeah, probably what it's going to be. So anyways, bringing him in here closer so you can take a look at his head sculpt. Very Sideswipey looking head there. Got the Autobot logo on the chest. Got his wheels on his shoulders there. Some nice paint on his chest and his arms, down to his legs here. And one thing on mine, before we get to the articulation, his knees are just a little loose. He stands perfectly fine. Like, you can bend his legs any way and he'll stand fine. It's just when you hold him like this, he wants to tip back quite a bit. So, yeah. And then going up the back here, you can see the front of the car there. He's not a shell former, so don't get that idea. And he does compact quite nicely, so these bits sticking off here are video game accurate. If you never played the War for Cybertron games, loser. Yup. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so yeah, he looks really good. He does look a lot better than the original figure of Sideswipe from this game, because the original was just a remold of Jazz. I don't know what they were doing with that, but anyway. Articulation wise, his head can go up, can go down just a little bit. You do get some nice tilt there in his head, so that's cool. It can do a full 360. Yes, it can. His arms can go out about that far. They can do a full 360. You just gotta finagle some things with the way this is sculpted. You do have a swivel there at the elbow. You do get over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. No wrist rotation, but they can go in for transformation, so if that's something you want to do. The way the waist works is a little weird, just because you have this back here and the way his chest transforms. So when you turn this, it almost wants to push the chest up, because the chest does pop out for transformation. You're going to see that when we get to it. And it will also push this section back a little bit, but you know, if you move it the right way, it shouldn't do that. If you don't move it too much, like about there looks fine, but if you're trying to get like something like that, then you know, it's gonna look pretty hollow in there. But it doesn't feel hollow too, which is the funniest part. Definitely doesn't transform like it, because oh my god, this guy's transformation is complex, but we'll get there when we get there. Then for his legs, they go up that far, they go back about that far, but if you just move the backpack out a little bit, you can get them to go all the way back, but then you'll have that sticking out. But if you want to do it, is a thing you can do. You do get some swivel there at the knee. You do get 90 degrees of bend at the knee there. The feet can't go down and they don't have ankle tilt, but they do go up for transformation. And yeah, these things are just slabs. From most angles, you won't really notice it, because you're not going to be staring at this dude's feet 24/7. And also, like, the lack of ankle tilt doesn't really mean anything, because you can still get him to go, like, in some really like far down poses. Like he makes up for it. Where he lacks, he definitely makes up for it in the articulation. It may not look like it, but he really does. So, now for some accessories, as always with these Gamer Edition figures, you know, they all come with a weapon of sorts. Bumblebee had 3, the Decepticon soldier had 1, Prime had the axe and the gun, Megatron had the mace and his arm cannon, and Starscream had the null ray, and this guy gets this thing. I forgot the name of this thing, but yeah, it's cool. I like it. Pretty sure it goes on his arm this way, not this way. I saw a lot of people having it with the magazine down, but I'm pretty sure it goes like that, with the magazines to the side. So I don't know, but as always, you just take off their left arm. If it wants to come out, there we go. So take off their left arm here, put it off to the side, and then you can just take this thing and plug it on there. And now he has this giant freaking rifle, and that is awesome. So he can shoot some Decepticons, kill some Insecticons, and do all kinds of that. And if you were wondering if this guy has storage for his arm, well, Prime did. This guy does too. If you fold in his wrist, how it's supposed to be for transformation, and you come back here, this is the weapons storage port for the robot mode. But you can also take his hand here, and you can just, it takes a little bit of doing because these tabs are thick. So if you just push that in there, and you can store his arm on his back, and you barely notice it. And you don't have to just throw it in a bin. So, yeah. That's very nice. But if you don't want to do that, you can store this on his back. And I'll show you that real quick. Just going to put his arm back on here. And like Bumblebee and Cliff Jumpers, this thing is cut a certain way. So you can't put this guy's arm on anyone else. Actually, you know what I want to try real quick? Let me do something. Take off Bumblebees. I know I did this in the last video, but I like to arm swap because it's funny and it's fun, so we're gonna do it. Can Bumblebee hold Sideswipe's arm? Please. Please. Okay, hold on. It does not look like it. Nope, he's not. Nope, he cannot. Okay, can Bumblebee hold Sideswipe's arm? Or Sideswipe hold Bumblebee's arm? Yes, he can. And actually, you know what? That'd probably look better with Cliff Jumpers because it's red, and it is a lighter shade of red, but you know, it will probably look better. Oh, and it just came right off. Hold on, let me grab that. Oh. There we go. Okay. So yeah, as you can, it's wanting to come off that peg, but yeah, there you go. You can arm swap with Bee and Cliff Jumper on Sideswipe, but you just can't put Sideswipes on them, so that's too bad. But hey, arm swapping. We can Frankenstein these guys. So that's fun. But anyway, as I was saying before, we can get some weapon storage up in here. So there's a tab on the side of this gun. And also, speaking of that tab, with the way it is, you can put it in his hand so he's just holding it as opposed to having to take off the whole arm. So that's fun. Anyway, you can take this, you can either put it this way on his back like that, or the way the instructions tell you to do it like that. And you know, from the front it is a little weird. It makes him look like he has like a third horn or something, but you know, it's not that bad. Weapon storage, he's probably gonna have the gun on my shelf, I ain't gonna lie. So there you go, that's it for the gun. Now for some comparisons, here he is with Starscream. So I'm gonna bring these guys a little closer. Here he is with Megatron. Here he is with the previous Gamer Edition figure we reviewed, the Decepticon Soldier. Oh, camera out of focus. Here he is with Prime. And last but certainly not least, here he is with B and Cliff Jumper. So there you go. So that's pretty much it for his robot mode. So now we're going to get into his transformation. So first thing you're going to want to do here is you want to come to his arms and you just want to flip them into, or his hands, and you want to flip them into the arms and then straighten the arm out like so. Do the same thing on this side. So just flip that in, straighten the arm out. Then what I like to do is come back here to the backpack, untab this and bring it forward like so. Just bring it up a little bit too. Then you want to come to his chest here, untab it, bring it up, and then extend all of this out, and then untab the chest from this gray piece here. There's this little tab that's going to go into a slot in his chest, so you want to undo all that. Then you're going to want to untab these sections here for the arms from the head, so just untab those like so, and then come to these little gray pieces here and bring them up like that. Then you're going to come to his head here. You're going to, oh my god, my camera's not focusing. You're going to bring this back, and then you're going to flip the head in just like so. Oh, I'm knocking things over. Okay. And then you're going to take his entire chest section here, bring it up, bring this part back so that it looks like that. Oh, so it looks like that. And then you're going to shift these up like this, and then tab those two gray pieces together like so. And then you're going to rotate his arms here just like that. And then there's these two tabs on either side that are going to go into these slots right there. So just bring those in. Oop, tab that, bring these in, tab. So these tabs like to fight me, and that's the one thing. There we go, tab in, and then tab in like so. And then you can come up here to these two little parts, untab them from the wheels. You can see there's some slots on either side of the wheel that you can just clip those onto. So yeah, so just take those, untap them, and then bring them back like so. And that's pretty much the entire back of the car all done. So then you want to come to the front here to his legs, rotate his waist around, and we'll start with one leg and then we'll do the other. So first thing you're going to do, take his foot here, bring it up, come to his leg, untab it, and then swing this panel forward. You're going to come back here, you're going to open this section up, rotate this section up just like so, and then do the same thing on this side. Bring the foot up, untab this panel and swing it around, open the back of the leg, and then swing this piece up. Then this is where this part makes the whole front of the car come together. So you're going to bend the legs forward, or back, my bad, just like that, and then swing these panels above like so, and then make sure all that's sitting the way it should. Tab these two pieces together here, and then if you want, you can close these. They'll just probably just go on their own, but you know, you can do that. And then there are little slots on the inside of these panels that are going to go onto tabs on the sides of the forearms. So you're just gonna plug those in there. That side went in. Why isn't this side going in? Come on. Okay. Sorry, I was like above the camera. There we go. So tab those in there. Make sure all of that is sitting the way it should. And then you can come under here to the feet, and there are slots here that the tabs underneath the armature will go in. So just like that. And I will talk about that whole wheel splaying thing that happens when you do this connection when we get to it. If it wants to tab in, because right now it does not. Okay, there we go. Make sure everything stays together. Okay. So once you have the legs all flipped in back there, you can come to the front here and just bring it, oh my God, and just bring it down, and then make sure any tab or panels that came loose go back into their spot. So you have a look like that. And then you can just come to this back piece here, rotate this around, bring it down, and it will tab in on either side here. And it will fill some notches on, what the hell? And it will fill some notches on his chest panel. You'll see that right now. So you can see in there, those will sit over that. And then I think that is it. And yep, there you have Sideswipe in his vehicle mode. I'm just gonna bring the camera forward here. And you know, it's a very small and sleek looking vehicle mode. When I got in hand, I thought it was going to be almost maybe a little bit, just a little bit smaller than the Decepticon Soldier. But I was proven incredibly wrong, and I'm actually kind of happy about that, because now that I see that, the Decepticon Soldier looks like a freaking Voyager class. So, yeah. This guy's car mode is very sleek. I love the way it looks. I love the wheels. I love the design. I love it all. Sideswipe was probably my third favorite character to play as in the game. My favorite was Megatron, but you know, Sideswipe was cool too. Because Megatron's my favorite character ever, but you know, we don't care about any of you Bumblebee stans. I'm looking at you, Prince. So yeah. But anyway, taking a look at some detail here, you can see that silver going all the way across the top. His chest panel here forms the back of the car with the Autobot logo, so that's pretty nice. Some nice detail there on the wheels. Some molded detail on the door up front. The silver paint looks good too. Here is the top, the side, the back, the front, and the bottom. And I think he compacts quite nicely under here. You know that you're not seeing too much of anything besides, you know, his feet, but you know, it's all right. Nothing too crazy. So about his feet, when you Bumblebee just fell. When you transform them and you tab the feet into where they're supposed to go, you can see that they kind of splay the wheels out a little bit here. But when you untab them and you push the wheels back, they kind of sit more the way they should. I personally don't care, and I'm just going to follow the transformation the way they say, and I think the wheels are maybe supposed to be splayed out like that. I don't know, so I'm just going to leave the feet tabbed in because I don't really care. But yeah, it does not roll as well with the splayed out wheels, but when are you really going to have this guy in car mode rolling around like this, unless it's for a stop motion? But even then you're doing this, taking a picture, take a picture, take a picture. So you know what I mean. You're not going to be whee! Well, he just drifted. But yeah, you get my point. Unless you're a 5-year-old and are racing these things down your driveway, but that's but yeah, so he is pretty good otherwise. Another thing I've been seeing is the panels on these sides here don't stay where they are. Mine do. So plus for me, sucks for you guys that have that issue. Hopefully it's not a widespread thing. I mean, clearly it's not, but you know, hopefully not a lot of people have that. But yeah. So Sideswipe in his vehicle mode. For weapon storage, you do have that same port that you had there in robot mode. So if you want, you could just plug that up front and give him a little turret. But mine doesn't want to stay. It was doing it before when I tested it the first time. Now it's not. You know why? Because the phone is recording. There we go. So you can do that if you want, or you can plug it on this new spot up top. Oh. There you go. So you can have that typical Transformers fashion for storing weapons, but we're not going to do that because we like the car mode the way it is. So yeah. Now for some comparisons, here he is with Starscream. Actually, I'm gonna do it like this. There we go. Here he is with the Decepticon soldier, and you can see what I mean. This guy's freaking car mode is huge. Here he is with Megatron. Here he is with Prime. And finally, here he is with Bee and Cliff. I'll put him like this. So there you go. So there you go. There's the Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition Deluxe Class Sideswipe. And you know, like I said, second favorite Gamer Edition figure. This guy is fun. His transformation is very hands-on, but not to the point where it's, you know, annoyingly complicated. He's got some great articulation, great accessory. He pairs well with the other Gamer Edition figures, and his vehicle mode is fantastic. Robot mode is fantastic, and I just really like this guy. So yeah. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Go check out the previous video where we checked out the Decepticon soldier. And if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you want to see more from my channel, including all the other previous Gamer Edition reviews and all the other previous Studio Series reviews, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next Ray's Gaming Core video. Peace out, everyone.